What's up, YouTube? What's up, sports fans? It's Sean Patrick back with you guys for Week 16. The season is almost wrapped up. This past week, I went 3-1, and I also beat Billy B in our fantasy football playoffs. I am now in the championship, so everybody give me some claps. Hey, sorry, Billy B. It was a tough game. Came down to Monday night. I was down 20 points. He had Wes Walker left, so I was like, wow, this isn't looking good for me. I had Crabtree and Hernandez. Also had RG3 who was injured and out, and I also benched Dez Bryant in favor of Michael Crabtree because of Dez Bryant's injury. So very excited to actually make the championship. I had to play Joe Flacco in place of RG3, which almost didn't work out too well. Flacco had -3 points at half. Luckily, he finished with 17. All right. Now, just a little bit, I wanted to tell you guys, I started out the season 8-13-3 the first 6 weeks. And since then, I'm 23, 12, and 1. And I have over $800 of profit based on picks I released on Twitter that are teasers and parlays on the season. So profit on the straight-up picks, profit on the parlays and teasers. I hope you guys are taking these picks. I hope you enjoy the videos. And I hope we are helping you guys do well. All right, so let me get into my picks here. All right, my first pick I'm going to go with is the Chicago Bears and the Arizona Cardinals over 36.5. Now, when I first looked at that line, my initial reaction was under. I mean, both of these offenses kind of stink. Then I remembered that both of these offenses stink so bad and the defenses are pretty decent on both sides of the ball. So, I mean, we should have a lot of turnovers here. I mean, there should be a lot of turnovers where it's like they get at the 20-yard line, the 15-yard line, set them up in field goal range. There might be 1 or 2 defensive touchdowns here as well. So I'm expecting this game to go over because it's so low. Chicago also averages 119 yards per game on the ground. Arizona is giving up 136 yards on the ground. So that could also bode well for our over. That's what I like there for that. Moving right along, pick number 2, San Francisco straight up over Seattle. Now, that game is a pick'em as far as I can tell with the line I have. I think the San Francisco defense is going to confuse Russell Wilson. I told you guys last week the Patriots would win straight up versus, the San Francisco 49ers would win straight up versus the Patriots. And that came through. The San Francisco team is really good, and Kaepernick is playing really well for them. San Francisco also averages 162 yards on the ground. Seattle only gives up 106, but I still like that number. It's really high. And San Francisco has also covered 3 of 4 head-to-head. So for pick number 2, let's go with San Francisco. All right. Pick number 3, I know a lot of you are going to be surprised by this pick, and in fact, I believe Billy B is going the opposite way on this pick. I'm going to take Kansas City plus 6.5 over Indianapolis. I also like Kansas City to win this game outright. That's right. For the back-to-back second week in a row, I am picking a 6.5 dog to win. Last week I won. This week, we'll see. Kansas City rushes really well. I forget the exact numbers, but their run averages per game, yards per game, is very high considering what Indianapolis gives up. So I think Jamal Charles is going to have a huge day here. The quarterback play was pretty even. I mean, sure, it was a little in favor of Indianapolis, but it wasn't that heavily in favor in terms of stats alone. Kansas City has covered 2 of the last 3. Kansas City has also played really close games with Denver, Pittsburgh, and Baltimore, 3 very tough teams. So, I kind of like Kansas City here to win this game outright. This year, I'm 2-1 while picking Kansas City games and 1-0 picking the Colts games. So I'm 3-1 picking games these 2 teams are involved in. So that could go well as well. So let's take Kansas City for the upset. Finally, my lock of the week. I like Pittsburgh at home here, -4 over Cincinnati. Now, Pittsburgh has won the last 5 head-to-head against the spread they've covered against Cincinnati. The favorite has won 8 of 10. Pittsburgh won the first matchup in October, 24-17. Pittsburgh's lost 2 straight here. They desperately need a win. They're trying to keep their playoff hopes alive here. Ben Roethlisberger is playing a little bit better than Andy Dalton is here. I mean, he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback here. So I like Ben Roethlisberger over Andy Dalton because so much of these games does indeed come down to quarterback play. So let's go with Pittsburgh here, -4 for our lock of the week. All right, so there's my picks for Week 16. Now I will send it over to Billy B.
Alright guys, I went 2-2 last week. Start a little bit better, but not what I want it to be. I want to go 4-0 again like I was in November. So for this week, I'm going to try to do that. My first pick I'm going to give you is the New England Patriots, minus 14 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. New England had a real tough loss against the 49ers last week, so I kind of really feel bad for the Jaguars this week. I think they're going to put a hurting on them. I think they're going to win by 21 points, and I think the Patriots roll in this one. They still have they got knocked out of the number 2 seed for the bye in the playoffs, so they're still playing for that. And hopefully Denver loses for them, so this game is meaningful to them. So I'll take New England minus 14. My next pick I'm going to give you is the Saints Cowboys over 51. The Cowboys are fighting for a playoff spot in the NFC East, and the Saints are eliminated, or they might still have an outside chance to wild card, but I'm not sure, but I don't think so. So I think these teams are going to score a lot of points here. It's going to be a shootout, and I think the Saints might pull this one out and end the Cowboys season, but I'm not too sure on that. But I do like the over 51, so take it. My next pick I'm going to give you is the Chicago Bears, minus 5.5 against the Arizona Cardinals. I think the Cardinals' win last week was a fluke. Their defense got them a few touchdowns and turnovers to set their offense up for some touchdowns. And the Chicago Bears came off a tough loss against the Packers. They're still fighting for a wild card spot. They need this one bad, so I think they're going to win this game. Brandon Marshall stepped up as the leader that he is and called out pretty much everybody on the team, saying they need to play better. So I think they will this game, and I like the Chicago Bears minus 5.5. And for my lock of the week, I'm going to give you the Indianapolis Colts minus 6.5 against Kansas City. With the win, the Colts secure their playoff spot in the wild card, so they will be playing very hard. And KC is just not a very good team. They just got shut out by the Raiders, who is also a very bad team. So I think the Colts go into Kansas City and roll the Chiefs here. So that is my lock of the week, the Indianapolis Colts minus 6.5. So there you have it. There's my picks. As always, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave your comments and picks below, and as always, we'll see you next week, and have a happy holidays.